Good evening, YouTubers. Welcome back in to another edition of Astros Recap. David Artis back at it here. It is Sunday, officially actually Monday morning, 12:46 a.m. here. So I'll take you into the 1 o'clock a.m. hour here. I typically don't like to do this late, but Astros West Coast game, later start. Supposed to have a live show tonight at the studios at 7. That actually ended up not happening, but I get geared up for that, so I didn't even bring my computer to work today, not thinking I would necessarily need it, but I'm here. A few things I want to explain before I get into the Astros this week. One, I'm trying to back away from the camera, maybe a little bit more than usual today. uh, the way this room works, and I'm back at home tonight, or now morning, um, the, the lighting I use for this room is right behind me. It's right here. It's behind the computer. Closer I get to the mic, the more bright it gets too bright. So, and I don't use the light behind me or anything like that. So, I'm just trying to back away here, hoping the sound quality is good. Messed with the mic a little bit before we got going here, so did the usual mic check I usually do. So, but yeah, just wanted to break that down. So I'm trying to make my face less bright if I back away from the camera here. So if I'm a little bit further back than usual, just know I'm trying to decrease the brightness. I know I can move things around here. I just don't want to mess with the sort of setup I got. But yeah, I'm back home. It's super late, super early. Any way you want to look at it. Astros not very good this week. 3-3. Had a lot of 3-3 weeks lately. I feel like I know last week they were 5-1, so a good week for them. But I think the 2 weeks prior to that they were 3-3, 3-3. So, and I've sort of broken the season into two halves. I think about after that Colorado series when they had the two games in Mexico City, and then I sort of break that into like the first half of the season. And once they get through next week's games, it'll be basically two halves, 1 month, 1 month, or close to it. Um, but yeah, I remember, after they lost, he got swept by the Cubs at Wrigley Field. That felt like rock bottom. They were 7-19 at that point. They went down to Mexico. They won both games against Colorado down there. Then they came home, and it was time to sort of get going. And part of getting going was not getting worse, which they've done. They've had three and 3 weeks in the last four. The 1 week they weren't 3-3, they were 5-1. So in a way, they have gotten better. I mean, they're 5 games under 500, which isn't as bad as it was, but they still got to get going here. And they've been very fortunate that nobody in the division seems to want to take charge. Seattle leads the division right now, and they're 2 games over 500. Texas has been free. They finally Texas won a game today. They were like 2-11 in their prior 13 games. So I mean the Astros are a half game back of Texas for second place, but no one. I mean the Mariners had their chance to really jump out and take a good, take a commanding division lead, and they just haven't done it. So, um, I mean the Astros 4.5 games back of first place. Now this is the worst division in baseball. They're 3.5 out of first place, but worst division in baseball. I mean, the AL East, you got the Yankees and you got the Yankees and the Orioles that are playing very good baseball. Even the AL Central was supposed to be the worst division of baseball. Cleveland's good, Kansas City's good, and the Twins are very respectable in that division. So, but the AL West division, I mean, the leader is 28 and 26. So the Astros have been very fortunate to where no team seems to want to win that division or play good baseball at this point. So, but I say this week is disappointing because at the very least, I mean, listen, you play the Angels and you play the A's. You got to take 4-6. I mean, it's just there's no. Yeah, I've always been the type of guy. I never. Got blurry there. See if this thing straightens out here. But I'm blurry. Oh, there we go. All right. Got all these pop-ups coming up on the computer, so if you hear noises, that's the pop-ups. I don't know why, but this computer was turned off. But yeah, the Astros didn't, even in their wins, they didn't play particularly well. But the Angels series, they should have taken two. I mean, Framber Valdez just completely just lost. I mean, this is Framber Valdez being Framber Valdez. He completely just imploded in that Monday game. I mean, put up a lot of runs early on. It was 6-1 out of the gates. I even dozed off thinking, nothing to see here. Nice, comfortable lead. We're going to start off the week here with a win. And then Framber just complete. I mean, this is Framber Valdez being Framber Valdez. I mean, we had an RBI single to tie the game, actually, because, well, let's see, yeah. Sac fly in the top half of the first, but we immediately tied it back up. Altuve had a big 3-run shot, home run. Even Mauricio Dubon chimed in with a 2-run shot. 6-1 in the fourth inning. And yeah, I dozed off momentarily watching this game. Was tired Monday. Yeah, Monday. And when I opened my eyes, it was 6-4. Looked up. But Framber just completely, things were fine. He gave up the early sac fly, but he was settling in. I think he got a few double plays. Usually Framber gets the ground balls when he's on. Things seem to be going well. And for some stupid reason, he decides to divert from the game plan and take things into his own hands. I don't know necessarily what that means, whether he was shaking off Yander Diaz to throw his pitches or whether he was calling the game himself. I don't know necessarily what that means, but it was idiotic and stupid. I mean, he went through 4 innings, giving up 1 sac fly in the first inning, was sailing right along. And this 7-run 5th inning all happened in, the blink of an eye. It was like 2 minutes. 3-run home run. Walk, single, another 3-run home run. Home run again. 3 home runs, 2 of those 3-run shots, all in the same inning. And it was really too quick. It happened so fast, Espada couldn't even get somebody up to throw in time. People wanted to make the remark that Framber stayed in too long. You have to understand, he was sailing along through 4 innings. In the 5th inning, it all happened like in the span of literally 2 minutes. It was hard to believe that after the inning ended, they were down 9 or 8-6 or 8-6, whatever. Yeah, what? It was 8-6. It was hard to believe that after 5 innings they were down, because that was just a weird inning. But that's 100%. This game, the loss, totally on Framber Valdez. The offense put up 7 runs. I'm not going to blame the offense in this game. Now, they had opportunities, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, to maybe add another run or two and possibly get a win here, but I'm not going to blame them for putting up 7 runs. It was totally on Framber Valdez. We've talked about this. This is Framber Valdez. This is what he does. He's never mentally there. Very small things that don't go his way, whether it's not getting calls in the corners, whether it's an error, whether it's a weird play that doesn't work in his favor, it messes with his mind and it affects him going forward. And there's a level of immaturity to it, but they haven't paid him and he doesn't deserve to be paid. And Framber all year has been up, down, up, down, up, down. He's not consistent at all. You never know what's going to happen. It's frustrating because you shouldn't be that fragile mentally. He's mentally weak. We talked about this last year. I'm very disappointed in Framber Valdez. And, he does not, he's not an ace. He'll never be an ace. Not with his mental makeup. He can't be an ace. Him and Verlander are like 2 completely different people. Verlander can focus. He can lock in. In fact, every start he makes, he locks himself in, and he's in the zone. Now, I'm not saying he goes out there and dominates every game, but he's in the zone. Nothing seems to faze him. Valdez is the complete opposite. Everything seems to faze him. But I just think of the big difference between Verlander, who's definitely an ace, although he's 41 now, so it's hard to, rely on him consistently. And he's had some not great starts this year. But, Valdez just, god damn, dude, you just completely I mean, that's a benchable, suspendable offense from the organization to do. I mean, there's been talk about last year, Maldi was his catcher, um, and I mean Maldi wasn't. I mean Maldi can control him better than Yainer Diaz. I will admit that. Like if Maldi was catching, and listen, I'm not going to sit here and defend Maldi. I've been on Maldi's case really since he came back to the Astros in 2018 or whatever year it was. But I mean Maldi would have gone out to the mound and said, "Listen, we're not doing this. Okay, you pitch, you throw what I call." Yainer doesn't have that sort of experience and leadership that Maldi did. But Maldi, things probably go different if Maldi's out there. I'll say that, and I'll just leave it at that. But that was just pitiful, immaturity, mentally weak, fragile. Framber Valdez, case in point, why he's not paid, and why the Astros shouldn't pay him because he can't be relied on through a full season to maintain his focus. God, that pissed me off so many ways. And a team you were up on and you should have beaten, you let it slip away. They did battle back. They won Tuesday. But even that game, they were battling back the whole way. They didn't lead till they walked it off in the 10th inning. But yeah, I mean, they were down 2-0 early on. Tucker hit a solo shot to put them within one. Alvarez hit a home run to tie it. That was back to back. Then they fall down 4-2. I think Singleton, big two-run homer to tie it. And they fell down 5-4. Tucker hits another home run to tie it, and they finally walk it off with the who was it here? It was Pena, walk-off single in the 10th. But I mean, you win the game, and to fight back the way they did, I give them credit there. Again, it's the Angels. It's the Angels. Trying to find the Hader did a good job going 2 innings again. He's done this a few times. Javier was not good. I mean, again, and I said this last week, Javier and Valdez, two people in the rotation, have to pitch well if this team's going to be good. And Javier was not. So even Javier from the IL stint, awful start, first one back, good as second. I think this was his third start back where he wasn't good. So, but 4 innings, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks too. Only struck out 1 guy. So, but after that, aside from Abreu giving up his earned run, which is just his thing, that's what he does. He walks people. He gives up home runs. Yeah, he gives up home runs. That's what Abreu does. Either way, he gives up runs. That's just who he's been this year. I'm starting. It's like a weekly thing with these guys. Like 1 week Abreu's good, and Presley's bad. The next week Presley will be better. Abreu's bad, and then you can mix in Hader. Like Hader was starting to turn the corner, look good. He gave up a run today, so now I sort of you can throw him in the mix there. But the back end of the bullpen is just it's still a mess. I still don't trust it at all. But yeah, Presley and Abreu. It was a tie game too when Abreu gave up the run to lucky that didn't cost him, but he would have been the guy to blame if they had lost this game. Also, Javier stuck up the joint too, didn't give you any length and gave up 8 hits, 4 earned runs, walked 3 guys. I mean that's just a bad line. But they won the game, so I can't be too upset. The Wednesday game was frustrating because the offense did not show up. Tyler Anderson shut him down. You should not be shut down by Tyler Anderson. And Doobie, actually, Mauricio Dubon, who's been like the fan favorite of this team, even though he doesn't play every day, which frustrates the fan base, but made a crucial, terrible time, base running mistake. Astros were down 2-0. It was like the 6th inning. I'll find this exactly for you here. By the way, Hunter Brown started this game, pitched well enough to win. He gave up a home run to the 9-hole hitter. Astros are terrible at that, by the way. They're like the worst team in the league at getting the 9-hole hitter out for some reason. They walk him. I think they lead the league in walking the 9-hole hitter. And Hunter Brown just served one up to him, and it was absolutely blasted to left center field for a home run. They're there only 2 runs. But the Astros had a chance their bottom half of the fifth. I think Myers had a leadoff single. And Dubon hit one down the third base line over the third baseman's head. Just stayed inside, fair, down line into the corner. Myers comes all the way around and scores. They had trouble with it in the corner. But Mauricio got thrown out trying to stretch it to third. And it's not like the ball was even cut off. Like, the ball went all the way home. Catcher got it through third and threw him out. And it wasn't even close at third base. But you can't make that mistake at that point in the game, down by 1 run. You just can't do it. And they always say don't make the first or third out at third base. More crucial and important in this situation. And, of course, they probably would have scored that run, and who knows, the Astros might win that game. But nope, thrown out, inning ends after 2 more outs there, but the inning ends, and that's the only run, the only opportunity the Astros really had in that entire game. So, but no excuse to lose 2 of 3 to the Angels. Bounce back, winning 2 of 3 in Oakland. I can't ask for. Again, I don't go into any series thinking sweep. So 2 of 3, but even in this series, today, for instance, 4 of their 5 runs were unearned after a big, just terrible error by the shortstop that led to a 2-run single and a 2-run home run, winning 5-2. Friday's game, it was all 1 inning. They scored 6 runs like in the 4th inning, but that was all they scored. And then Saturday, the offense didn't show up. So you have those games where the offense just doesn't want to show up. So, but yeah, they take 2 of 3. I'm not going to dive deep in that series, but yeah. I will say Blanco came back today from the suspension, was very good. He went like 7 innings, I think. Abreu came in and gave up his 1 run in the 8th, which he does. Started like Presley more. But it's just hard with this back end of the bullpen. I still don't trust it. I still don't trust it. Yeah. But Blanco was good. He's now 5-0. He's been the best pitcher on the team. It's not really close. ERA dipped under 1. At 1 or under 2 at 1.99. So I mean, he's been phenomenal this year. I don't care about the whole suspension. That's overdone with. I don't think the rosin on the non-throwing hand affected him. Of course, the fans will eat. The low-hanging fruit. They'll take that always. Friday, just want to get to the pitching. Verlander was good. He went. See if I can get his box score here. 8 hits. That's not good, but 2 runs, 1 was earned. He struck out 9 guys in the 8 innings, so that was good. But the 1 home run he gave up, 8 hits, was not very good. Abreu, of course, his run. Presley, clean inning. Hader got the save. And then Saturday, it was the 2 early runs. Arrighetti pitched well, deserved better fate, but the offense didn't show up, so that sort of messed him up. He's now 2-5 on the year, but only got through 5. Again, Taylor Scott, been good this year, very good actually, gave up Arrighetti's 3rd run. And Arrighetti also got bad luck in the start prior to that against the Brewers on Sunday, a week ago today, or a week ago yesterday, technically, where Abreu came in and gave up like 3 of his inherited runners. So the bullpen has not helped that Arrighetti, so his ERA is still, 6.93. But he deserved better fate in this start. Mashinsky got an inning, walked a guy, but nothing there. And Seth Martinez as well, scoreless inning, walked a guy. But yeah, offense was the story there. And then today they win. Blanco was great. So there you go. We move forward. Obviously got 4 big 4 games set here with Seattle. You're 3.5 back in, and they lead the division. Be a tough series. I mean, Abreu's coming back. This whole thing is crazy. I mean, I'm trying to think here. Who just came back from the IL? Somebody just... Chas McCormick's back. Now, they sent down... who did they send down to build room for McCormick? Somebody that wasn't worth being up here. Got sent back. I can't remember exactly who it was. Maybe it'll come to me here. But it wasn't anybody that was worth... I think it was Trey Cabbage. Trey Cabbage, yeah. Sent down. And they're bringing up Jose Abreu. Now, he's been out since the Cleveland series, so since April 30th. It's been a month, basically. Like, tomorrow will be a full month. Full 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 weeks since he was optioned in. Abreu has done absolutely nothing. I repeat, nothing to warrant a return. He's fade. The level of competition at the spring complex has been nothing. You level it up. He played like 2 games in AAA. 0 for, I think, in both games. Still striking out. Maybe, I mean, I haven't seen him, obviously. Maybe working better at bats. I don't know. But this is just, the Astros just so desperately want to just milk something out of this guy. And I don't think it's going to happen. And this can't be like the start of the year. You can't give him another month to figure things out. Listen, first of all, he's not going to play every day. Singleton's going to be still starting some games, which isn't good for Singleton because Singleton finally actually started playing, hitting home runs and making an impact offensively when he got everyday starts. So you're putting Singleton back into a tough situation. You're going to bring in a guy who can't hit worth anything right now. I mean, I can't imagine he's hitting any up 7th, 8th, or 9th in the order has got to be my guess every game. I just don't. I mean, Jeff Bagwell and Jim Crane and those idiots in the front office, really those 2 guys. I'm not going to. Dana Brown's fine. But Reggie Jackson, Craig Biggio, Jeff Bagwell, Jim Crane, the idiots up there want this so bad. Mostly Jeff Bagwell and Jim Crane. Jim Crane signed the check. Bagwell endorsed Abreu, and it's been a complete disaster. But this whole thing is just stupid. It's just dumb. Let him produce at a AAA level before you actually bring him up, which he hasn't done. He's played 2 games. I mean, come on. And maybe you tinkered with the swing. Listen, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm not expecting... I'd be shocked if he actually comes up and produces and looks like a competent Major League Baseball player. Simple. People decline. People lose it at a certain age. Some people earlier than others. I mean, Verlander still gets the job done. He's 41 years old. Abreu's 36, 37. I think he's 37 at this point. And he's just, the bat speed isn't there. He can't catch up to 90 mile per hour fastballs anymore. He's behind. It happens. I don't think tinkering the swing is really going to change a whole lot. Now, hope I'm wrong. Hope he can produce. But I just don't expect it. I think bringing him up this quickly after he's shown absolutely zero is just dumb. The whole thing's dumb. And this whole thing is just odd to me. Especially, I mean, you get Seattle for 4 and you're facing their 4 best pitchers. I mean, you got, I don't know the order, but Bryce Miller, George Kirby, Logan Gilbert dominates the Astros or pitches well against them for some reason, and Castillo. So this pocket of pitchers against Seattle in their rotation, it doesn't set up good for Jose Abreu. But we'll wait and see. We will wait and see. Also want to talk about, listen, I wanted Espada to manage this team. I want to talk about this briefly, hopefully here. Joe Espada. Yeah, I've had issues with all these managers, from A.J. Hinch to Dusty Baker to Joe Espada. Now, A.J. Hinch, I liked him overall. I want to make that very clear. I did not like his bullpen management because he played to be more fair in the bullpen than to really pitch his better pitchers. He made sure everybody got their chance, which is a loser mentality, if you ask me. That's my issue with A.J. Hinch. Dusty Baker, really the final year. No real issue with him in 2020 or 2021. Won the World Series in 2022. Can't really be mad there. But 24, his stubbornness of Abreu, more lineup construction, the unwillingness to change his ways, not playing Yanair more when he was clearly the superior catcher, both offensively and defensively over Martin Maldonado. That was a mistake. And then the inability to change your lineup when Abreu hit fifth the entire season. Hitting 240 was a black hole and just right in the heart of the lineup, which killed the team. Killed it. Killed any rally. You start getting your guys up. You get people on base, and Abreu's just automatic out. Hitting fifth was stupid. But now Espada, not the bullpen. No issues with the bullpen. The lineup is just Bregman. I hate Alex Bregman. Strong word, but in this sense, it's pretty clear. I'll explain to you why I hate this guy right now. Now Bregman right now is hitting fourth. He's hit fourth for the last week. They finally moved him down to sixth, actually, last Monday and Tuesday, I think. And he actually hit well, hitting sixth. I mean, he hit 2 home runs, had like 5 RBIs that one game, hitting sixth. And I think the game after that, he also hit a home run, hitting sixth. And then Joe Espada, this is also dumb. I don't get this. Had 2 good games hitting sixth. I'll move him up to fourth, and now he's back into his little hole he's been in for, 50-plus games into the season now. He's been awful. Worst hitter in the lineup. Now, Bregman, I hate players that are selfish, which he is. He's not a team player. If he was a team player, he would happily take the demotion. In fact, he'd ask for it because he's killing the team right now, hitting fourth. Like Jose Altuve, I think I can't confirm this because I don't remember it necessarily, but I heard Jeremy Branham on ESPN 97.5 say this, and I would tend to believe it. But Altuve in 2020 was so bad he asked to be moved down in the order. He asked Dusty Baker, move me down in the order, please. I'm hurting this team. That's a team-first mentality, to take a lower spot in the order to help the team. I think Dusty did it. Bregman was not happy about moving down to 6. And he basically said it. He was interviewed. I can't quote him, and I don't remember exactly how it went down. But he talked about, we initially said in the interview, I'll hit anywhere. I don't care if I'm 2nd, 4th, 6th, 8th. I'm going to hit wherever I'm put. He said that initially. He also said something about the best will rise, something about the cream of the crop, or I can't quote him exactly. But he also insinuated that he should be hitting top 4. And this is all a play based on the contract. He's a free agent. He wants to be put in a spot where his numbers will look better than they actually are. Because if he's hitting 4th, he'll have more opportunities to drive people in. But his numbers this year are just awful. And Espada, move him down. Don't buy into his baloney and his crap about whatever he wants to. And I think he was also upset because I heard that he learned about his demotion in the order. And this was only 2 games, by the way. It's not like this was some permanent situation. The whole thing was stupid. Bregman just not thinking team first. It's more him first. It's more about the money. It's more about the contract than doing what's best for the team. It was best for the team is to hit him 6th or 7th every day in the order because that's where he deserves to be. I mean, this isn't a slow start like Bregman's accustomed to. This is just bad baseball on all levels. And Bregman, I hope you're watching this. I know he won't watch this, and he'll probably never even know who I am or ever watch this in his entire life. But please watch this and comment me on Twitter or something, and try to defend yourself because there's no way you can. There's just no possible way you can. You're a disappointment. You're just embarrassing yourself and this team right now. I wanted to get the numbers here just to tell you how bad he's been. And the spot needs to move him down. That's the biggest issue. And why is it so hard to put Pena in the 2-hole? It's not that hard. Put Pena hitting 2nd. Move Tucker to 3rd. Jordan to fourth, and then we'll figure out fifth, sixth, seventh. But not Altuve. Bregman needs to be hitting sixth or seventh in the lineup. And it's just, God damn, I don't like Espada's lineup construction. It's terrible. Bregman's hitting 209. 209. Hitting fourth. Cleanup hitter, 209. 4 home runs. 21 RBIs. 601 OPS. In what universe? In fact, the RBIs, the reason he's got 21 is because he's hitting fourth. If he's hitting where he properly deserves to be hit, like, again, Bregman was not good last year. At 260, it's not good enough. I don't care what, making average annual value $20 million. 260 is not good enough for a $20 million player. He had 90-something RBIs because he hit fourth in the order. Like, I was shocked to learn he had 90-something RBIs last year. Then you think about it a little bit harder. Yeah, when you're put in that spot in the order, it's hard not to drive in runs. That's partly why he wants to hit fourth this year. But his numbers are just atrociously bad. So Espada, it's not that hard. Pena should be hitting second. And anybody hitting fourth that's not Alex Bregman. God. So this lineup and Espada's inability to play a correct lineup just bothers me to no end. But the big thing is a Bregman hitting fourth. It's the same thing as Abreu hitting fifth last year. It's the same thing. And Abreu also hit some fourth last year as well. But that stunk, and that was dusty, and now Espada. And I think Espada's a little scared of Bregman because of what he said and the fact he wasn't happy about being moved down. So I think Espada feels like he has to play him fourth to keep him happy. You don't need to keep Bregman happy. He's gone after this year anyway. So there's no reason, no way that you got to keep this guy happy. He doesn't care about the team. So, doesn't. He cares more about himself, his money, and his free agency in the offseason. That's what he cares about. That's all he cares about. I don't like people that don't care about the team. So, I know I'm going way over here. It's 32 minutes, so we'll wrap things up there. I wanted to talk about that, though. And I'd love to hear what you think about my thoughts on Alex Bregman. And, again, I'm not jumping on Espada. Espada's not the reason they're this bad. He's not. He's not the reason for the slow start. He's not the reason for Brian Abreu and Ryan Pressly and Hader being as bad as they've been. He's not a reason for a lot of this, but his lineup construction just is not. It's not smart, and it's the big thing. I mean, Payne's been hitting fifth. I could live with that, although he should be hitting second. It's just Bregman hitting fourth, sixth or lower. And I'm accepting nothing better than that. I mean, it's bad. But I'll wrap things up there. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Comment section below. It's getting very hot in this room right now. I got to turn this fan on. So, but yeah, I'll wrap things up there. We'll talk to you next week whenever I find time. Either iHeart Studios or back here. We'll figure it out.